Budget backpacking. I'm going to go over a little bit of gear that I picked up to go out on my first backpacking adventure. Stay tuned, I'll go through some of the gear. What's up everyone, PA Outdoors here, and so I am a outdoors person, a hunter, a camper, a hiker. I'm not a backpacker. So a typical camping trip would be, for me, would be either a car camping trip or kind of like a bushcraft kind of camping trip where I'll load up a pack and, you know, hike in maybe a mile into the woods to where I want to set up. And usually it's only, like I said, it's only going in a mile, so I carry quite a bit of gear with me, some heavier stuff, more traditional, heavier materials, canvases, leather, that kind of stuff. But I want to try my hand at backpacking. I've been tossing the idea around a little bit and talked to some people, and we're kind of preliminarily planning on something late summer, early fall. So I started to accumulate some smaller, more lightweight gear, something that I can hike for, 10 or 12 miles or so. Nothing hardcore, but like I said, 10 or 12 miles in, camp, go another 10 or 12 miles, maybe just one overnight or 2 nights. And I'm doing this on a budget because I may or may not like it, who knows. So first thing I have here is the pack that I bought. Now, this is just an inexpensive outdoor products. I got it from Walmart. It's called the, spin this around here, get this out of here. There we go. It's called the Arrowhead. This is a 47-liter pack. It's basically just one big dump pouch. We'll kind of go over here. So here on the top flap, we've got this zipper, and there's actually a zipper on the back side that goes. So there's 2 pockets. You've got this front pocket right here, and then you've got this top pocket. That's basically the entire lid, so I can fit. It's pretty good sized. So put maybe like rain gear up top here, and in this pouch something maybe you need easily access to. A compass, a light, or maybe even a fire kit. I haven't decided how I'm going to load this pack out yet. But that's it, and I'm in the middle of changing all of these zipper pulls over to some sort of fire cord. Working on that right now. Let's see, you get two big pouches, pockets on the side, one on this side, one on this side, zipper closures. I'm probably going to put some sort of water in here, either just the small store-bought bottles of water, or an Nalgene bottle will fit in here. You can't zip it up. It sticks out, probably out to about here. But the pocket is big enough for a Nalgene bottle. So I'm not sure which route I'm going to go that way yet. Open this up. You've got this zipper pocket right here. And it's pretty much the entire, from about up here down to the seam right down here. So this again could also be, rain gear, fire gear, something you want quick and easy access to. A first aid kit would probably fit well in here. So that's that, and you've also got, some loops on here to attach more gear, whether you're using a carabiner or whatever. There's that. Now this does not have a bottom compartment where you would, a lot of times you'd put your sleeping bag down in the bottom. And it also does not have its own dedicated rain cover. So I may have to purchase one of those. It's got compression straps on the sides. Keep everything kind of tight against your body. There are loops at the bottom to attach gear to in the bottom, and I've added these just straps with some clips on it. And that's going to depend on what type of shelter I plan on using. I've got that one-person backpacking tent that I think you've seen on other videos, so I could attach that to the bottom with cinch these straps up. I'll have to cut these straps down a little bit because they're extremely long. But I just put those there now because I haven't quite decided, like I said, how I'm going to load this out or what shelter system I'm going to use. Basic strap setup. You've got a nice padded waist belt, good buckles, loops on here to, if you need to attach something else. Pretty nice padded shoulder straps. Now this is hydration bladder compatible, and I did put one in here, so we'll go over that once I get inside. Sternum strap, which is adjustable up and down. A couple of hanging handles. Like I said, good padding all around. I've had this pack on with a little bit of weight on it, just keep wearing it around the house a little bit, and it's pretty comfortable. It seems to hold the weight fairly well. Inside, got the drawstring closure, and as I said, it's just one big compartment. It's not compartmentalized off, it's just one big open rucksack. And you can see here this is a 3-liter hydration bladder that I put in here. That's going to be the bulk of my water while I'm hiking. And just to drink on at camp probably. But like I said, I'm also going to bring some other water, whether it be a 32-ounce Nalgene bottle or a couple of just store-bought water bottles. Undecided, but that's basically the idea there. I'm going to go with for water, for what water I bring. And yeah, like I said, 47 and a half, I think, liter capacity is what this is. And I think that's going to give me plenty of room for what I need to take on just an overnight backpack, or maybe even a 2-night backpack. I'm going to go pretty light on the clothing. Just from other people I've talked to that do a lot of backpacking, you end up not really changing clothes as often as you may think. So that's the pack. Let me move this out of the way and we'll... Alright, so that's the pack. Let me get this out of the way, and I'll start showing you some of the gear I've got that I'm going to load into this and take on the trip. Alright, now let's talk about shelter. So I do have that kind of Big Agnes knockoff, the one-person backpacking tent, and you've seen that probably in my Walmart camping video. And that's definitely an option for me. I could take that along with, maybe a sleeping pad, that inflatable sleeping pad that I have. And those will work out well. But since I'm trying to jump into a new realm here, I am probably going to go with a hammock, which I've never used before. Mainly because I'm, worried about, I've got some back issues, and hammocks, some people with back issues have no problems with hammocks, others just can't use them. So I think I'm going to jump into the fire and try it out. So what I picked up here, again, these are Walmart items. I'm trying to go budget just in case they don't work out for me or I don't enjoy it. I've got a one-person. This is a mosquito hammock, so it has a attached mosquito net, bug net that goes across the top of it. This is from Equip. I'm not sure the brand of these, just some suspension straps, hanging straps. I'm not going to use the cordage that comes with this. I'm actually going to use straps. And then I picked up this. This is the matching rain fly for it. I didn't do my homework ahead of time. I bought this the same time I bought the hammock, and then I started reading some reviews on it, and the reviews are basically saying it's a little on the small side. It just covers the hammock. You would hang this in like a diamond configuration, so it's across the ridge line, and then the two corners come down on the back and the front. And even in that arrangement, it just barely covers the hammock. So I'm a little concerned about this. I may opt out of this and use a larger tarp that I have. I have the the UST tube tarp, and that thing opens up to like 10 by 12 or something like that. I don't remember the exact dimensions off the top of my head. And that would definitely cover the hammock without an issue, but it's heavier, it's bigger. So I'm not sure. If it doesn't look like there's going to be rain in the forecast, I'll probably go with this one. If it looks like there's a good chance of rain, I might go with the other one just to make sure that I'm covered. So I'm going to try backpacking for the first time, and I'm going to try hammock camping for the first time. It could be a recipe for disaster. We'll see. Let's move on to what I'm going to use to sleep in. Okay, so again, the trip isn't set in stone as far as when we're going to go, so this may also change depending on the time of year that we're going to go. So I'm going to talk about that in a second. If it's going to be a August, early September trip, I think I'm going to go with this. And this is just a kind of stuff sack. And I'm going to use my military whoopee. This is the poncho liner. Most people call it a whoopee. And this is big enough where I can fold it over itself, scoot inside, and so this will be under me and over me as just a blanket. If it's, you know, if the evenings are still just in the 60s, I think this is going to be plenty. And along with this, I thought about a sleeping bag liner might be a pretty good idea. So I looked at them and I kind of hemmed and hawed. Do I want a sleeping bag liner? Do I not want one? Again, you know, I swear we go to Walmart once a week at least, and I saw this, and it was like $4. And it's an Ozark Trail rectangular sleeping bag liner, 78 inches long, 33.5 inches wide. Wow, this is pretty cool. I could scoot into this and then wrap myself up in the whoopee. Now, I was thinking, and I guess I should have paid a little bit more attention, I was thinking this was going to be, you know, maybe with a little bit of insulation value, maybe something along the lines of a fleece liner. It's not. I mean, this is really just a sheet. I mean, it feels just like a bed sheet. So it's not going to really add any warmth to it. It may add a little bit of comfort as far as being more of a, you know, a softer material than just laying under the whoopee, but, you know, I'm going to be in clothes, so I don't know. This was my original thought. I mean, I got it. I'll probably take it and give it a try. See if it does anything for me. But these would be if it, like I said, it's going to be in August, early September. I think this is when we go with just the whoopee and a sleeping bag liner. Now, if it's later in the year, if it's more towards the fall, I will probably use one of the bags from my military sleep system, probably the lightweight, the patrol bag. I think that's good to like 40 degrees or something like that, 50 degrees. And I think that would be fine. Or I could jump up, oh, phone's going off. Or I could jump up to the intermediate bag, which takes me even, you know, to a lower, a colder temperature rating. But initially, this is what I plan on using as a sleep system. I think this will work out well for, you know, late summer, early fall. Move on to, I guess, cooking. All right, so we're going to call this, I guess, the cooking water portion. We're going to start with water first, because this is where I start to get myself into a little bit of trouble trying to change my mindset. So as you saw with the pack, I've got a 3-liter hydration bladder in that, and I fill that up. That's going to be primarily my water for when I'm on the move, going from, you know, in between stops, in between campsites or whatever. So, water. As I said, an Nalgene bottle, this is the exact same size as a plastic Nalgene bottle. This will fit in the side pockets. And this is the Blackthorn bottle. It's a little thinner walled than some of the other stainless steel bottles you'll find. And I like that because it allows you to boil water faster because it's thinner. And I've had this in many fires and there's been no damage caused to it being, you know, because of it being fairly thin. But also along those lines, it weighs almost the same amount as the plastic bottle. But being stainless steel, I can boil water in it. So this would be another good way if I needed to, if I was running out of water, I could fill this and just boil it to purify the water. But I also have my Sawyer Mini. Should I bring my Sawyer Mini? Do I not need to bring a steel water bottle? Can I just use this as my primary source to filter water as opposed to boiling it? That's where my old school kind of mentality comes into, or my current camping mentality is I like to have multiple ways of doing it. Now, this weighs the same as the plastic bottle, as a plastic 32-ounce bottle, and this weighs practically nothing. I think these are both going to find their way into the kit. Because even if I pack just the plastic water bottle, just store-bought bottles of water, I still need to pack them out. So I'm not really saving any weight as far as I could throw those away. I still got to pack them out. So if I just bring this, it gives me multiple functions as far as I can boil water in that to purify it. So like I said, I think both of these, this is going to be my water system along with that hydration bladder that I have. As far as food and cooking, first off, coffee. I've got to have coffee. And I just use coffee singles, either the Folgers or the Mountain Maxwell House coffee singles. They're just easier for me. I'm not a big fan of instant coffee, and if I use these, I don't need to bring anything special as far as a French press or one of those drip things. I just got good drinkable coffee. Depending on how long I'm going to be there, a couple of Mountain House meals. Here I just have a breakfast, skillet, and the beef stew. And along with this, I haven't packed yet, is just snacks. Granola bars, protein bars, an apple or two, a banana, something like that. But that doesn't include the snacks. This is just primary food. And then the cooking kit I'm going to go with is going to be this. Now, we all cook with aluminum at home. Well, most of us cook with aluminum pots and pans at home. Although I'm not a great big fan of aluminum, it has the advantages of being non-stick and extremely lightweight. So this is also a UST product. You get a very small frying pan you could cook an egg in, and then the pot, which has graduations on it, 16 ounce, so it's probably close to a 20-ounce pot if you fill it all the way up to this lip. For a stove, this is the $11, $10 stove you can get off of Amazon with its own sparker. It goes onto a standard can of fuel. I don't have that in the kit yet. I've got the large can of fuel, and I just need to find a small one, something that'll fit in this pack. It's lighter, it's smaller, and this will go right on this. I can use this to heat up all my water, to cook my meals, to make my coffee, and those sorts of things. I have an MSR Pocket Rocket. It maybe heats up water faster, but it's bigger, takes up more space, a little bit heavier. So I'm going to give this one a try. And along with a Stanley Cookset green cup. That's what I can heat my water up in here for my coffee, pour it into this, be drinking coffee and heating up more water for my meals. So like I said, other than the can of fuel, this is going to be my food, cookset, and water. Right, got a few other things, miscellaneous, some toiletries. Let's bring those out. Alright, some other things. Obviously, a first aid kit. This is just the Adventure Medical Kit's First Aid 1.0, 1 to 2 people. This just has some very basic stuff in it. Reading off, and this is the same first aid kit you see in my bushcraft kits, in even in like my get home bag. This is basically the same kit. Antiseptic wipes, bandages, dressings, tape, moleskin, splinter picker, antibiotic ointment, anti-bite and sting and itch relief wipes, ibuprofen, antihistamines, acetaminophen, aspirin, and there's also a rescue whistle in here, the Howler rescue whistle, and a liquid-filled button compass, along with first aid and survival instructions. That's that. Baby wipes. I'm not going to bring toilet paper. I'm just going to bring baby wipes. Let's see what else. This is the hygiene kit that usually goes in a lot of my camping gear. I'll just narrow this down to just some of the basic stuff. Pill case, I have some prescription medicine that I'm on, so I'll bring that. The deodorant, just because I don't want to stink forever. Toothpaste, toothbrush. There's some bar of soap in here, so I'll just kind of pick and choose out of this what I definitely need and what I feel like I need to take with me. But there's also like lip balm, some Rolaids and Tums, so I'll just narrow this down. I mean, this whole thing may go, it doesn't weigh very much. There's some redundant stuff in here though that I may or may not need. So that's just kind of hygiene. This is, I guess, what I'll deem my possibles kind of pouch, possibles kit, just a dry bag. And in here I pretty much have what we would call everything else. So in this is just a fast fire kit. And again, this is probably going back to, the type of camping that I do, bushcraft, woodcraft, that kind of stuff. This is probably even more than I need, but it's what I'm going to take, and it's, lightweight, very small. This is the UST. It's not this big Spark Force, it's the other one. I don't remember the name of it, but the big one's a Strike Force. This is the Spark Force, that's what it is. So it's just a ferro rod with a striker. Bright orange so I don't lose it. Small, compact. One of these Ziplocs. Fast fire, these things burn like crazy. It's just basically, I believe, kerosene and paper compressed into a cube. Some Tinder Quicks. Stormproof matches in a match case. One small piece of fat wood. So there's my tinder, matches, ferro rod, and probably what I use most likely. It's just a mini Bic lighter. And with this stuff, everything is as orange as I can get it. Easy to see, easy to find. Less of a chance of losing it. So that's that. And I just keep that all in this little zipper pouch. The zipper pouch came from like Harbor Freight. You get a package of 3 of these in different sizes for like $5. Headlamp, and there's some extra batteries. This is just a Energizer. It's got white, red. The red saves your night vision. Now this is another whistle and a redundant because I didn't realize that there was a whistle in this first aid kit. But just a whistle and a small signal mirror, just for signaling. Let's see, about 50 feet of bank line and about 35 feet of paracord, just cordage. An extra carabiner. This will go right on the backpack itself. Just some paste beads and something fairly high vis that I can see fairly easily. I need to make a video on how to use paste beads. I haven't done that yet, but just paste counting beads. And this is something new to me. This is made by Coglins, however it's pronounced. This is what they consider, this is a combination compass. So it's a combination of a lensatic and a map compass. So you get the base and all the measuring stuff on the side as you would with a map compass. But you also have the ability to use it as a lensatic compass for shooting an azimuth through the lens and down the sighting line. So I have some different compasses, some better compasses, but where I'm going, I don't expect there to be a problem as far as being lost. So I'm going to give this thing a try. It is liquid filled. I've seen some good reviews on this. So I'm going to give this one a try on this backpacking trip. And I have not yet. At some point in time, I got to write my pace count down on this thing. I need to talk about pace count and pace speeds in some other video. Let's see. So that's just kind of my possibles pouch, first aid. What's left? I guess tools. Before I get to tools, a couple other things I want to talk about is I'm probably going to bring this towel. This is just a very small, almost a chamois feeling microfiber towel. And it comes with a little bag, which I can use for dirty laundry, those sorts of things. Just for, washing myself up, even just wiping sweat off of me. Also, I will bring a couple of gallon Ziploc Ziploc bags, and that's strictly for putting in trash, so I can carry the trash out with me, keep them in a Ziploc bag, keep odor away from any creatures, any critters, and the odor away from me too, especially if it's like banana peels or something like that. So just those two things I wanted to mention real quick. Tools. This was the hardest, no lie. Again, the type of camping I'm used to bringing in, a good sized bushcraft knife, 4 to 5 inch blade, something I can do some heavy duty batoning with. I always bring a saw with me, some sort of good folding saw, whether my Baco saw, Corona saw, and occasionally an axe or a hatchet. Sometimes a multi-tool, sometimes a neck knife. There's the phone going. Man, I gotta turn that thing on vibrate. And sometimes a big chopper, 10-inch blade like my Kershaw Camp 10. Well, not in this case. I'm trying to keep it as light as I can. So, and realistically about those kind of tools are, my theory is, there's enough branches the size of my wrist or forearm that I can gather that are dead in the woods, that I can burn in half with the fire, that I can break between 2 trees. You don't necessarily, when it boils right down to it, do you need an axe? Do you need a saw? They're nice. Do you need them? Probably not. So I'm going to stick with that theory. And here's the tools I'm bringing. I'm bringing a Swiss Army knife camper. This obviously has a small saw on it, bottle opener, can opener, which I don't expect to have to need at all. A couple of small blades, the toothpick, the tweezers. The tweezers are always good for a first aid kind of thing. A corkscrew. I don't anticipate having a bottle of wine out there with me. So most likely the only uses it's going to be the blade and the small saw if I need to cut notches or something like that. So the Swiss Army camper. And my knife is going to be the Mora companion. Here you go. And this is the carbon steel one. I have a stainless steel version also, so it's just going to be whichever one I want to use. I'll probably actually just bring the stainless steel one. She's a little on the dull side. She needs sharpened up a little bit, but a good proven blade that weighs nothing. A plastic sheath that weighs nothing. Now it is I'm left-handed. This is a right-handed sheath, but this is how I'm going to run it. I'll run it offhand. For the price, you can't beat a Mora. For the weight, you can't beat a Mora. It's not full tang, so I'm not going to be doing any kind of major batoning with this. But this is going to be my, not my primary blade. This is going to be basically my only blade. So they're my tools. My companion, the sack camper. So the only thing I didn't show you was clothes, which is going to be nothing more than an extra pair of socks, probably a pair of underwear, and an extra t-shirt, and obviously the clothes on my back. I always wear a ball cap or some sort of hat, so I'll have a hat, a belt. Yeah, that's it. So I haven't loaded out the pack yet, and what I should do is I should load that all up and get a weight for it. But I'm expecting the weight's going to be around 15 pounds, maybe 20 pounds with all the water. I think that's a little high estimation, but I think that's going to be pretty close based on what some of my other packs I put together that I know weigh. So I think that's where we're going to be at. So yeah, that's it. That's my backpacking stuff. Going to give it a try. Going to try hammock camping. Should be a really fun trip. Again, the details on when it's going to happen aren't exactly set in stone yet, so it could be a while. From seeing this video and time the trip happens, it could be a month or more, 2 or 3 maybe even. So if you have any comments, critiques, definitely interested in hearing everyone's suggestions. Again, I know this is some pretty budget gear. The pack is pretty budget, although it has some great reviews. The The hammock's a pretty budget hammock, but it does include the mosquito net. I don't anticipate any issues. The rainfly may not be used because it's, like I said, the review states a little on the small side, so I have a different tarp that I can bring. But, you know, please give me any comments, keeping in mind this is not some month-long excursion down the AT. This is 1 night, 2 nights maximum, 10 to 12 miles a day. So, you know, if it's a 2-night, it's going to be 10 miles, 10 to 12 miles, camp. You know, maybe, 6 miles camp, and then do the whole hike back. Something like that. Or if it's 1 day, it'll be 10 to 12 in, 10 to 12 out, whichever. So that's it. PA Outdoors. Please like, share, comment on this video, as I said. I appreciate if you subscribe to my channel. If this is the first time you're seeing one of my videos because it's about backpacking, come on, take a look at some of the other videos. I think you'll find them useful and helpful. Learn some skills, see some gear. Subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Get outdoors, enjoy yourself, but remember, be safe out there. Thanks for watching.